Hi there! Welcome to Earth! And at the moment, we have around 7.9 billion people roaming around the world, but how do we get to 650 different ethnicity groups around the whole globe in this little time we had? Well, one hypothesis, called the Out of Africa hypothesis, is an idea where human ancestors roamed in Africa and eventually ventured off at some point. At the time, we were still getting used to our feet. Most of the time, human ancestors stayed in trees to hide away from prey, so we didn't move much. As humans evolved to be bipedal and walk on two legs, Homo sapien, we really started to gain somewhere. Literally, one guy decided, hey, since I have legs, we should walk over there. It looks cooler over there. There's snow and more trees. Everyone should follow me. Some people like this idea. Other people like not liking this idea. So there was a separation. After a while of walking, they finally made it to Europe. But wait, there isn't much small game to hunt like rabbits, birds, or other little animals. There are, however, larger mammals like mammoths that can be eaten. But how does something this small manage to take down something that big? I think it's time for evolution. After picking out the strongest to survive in a hunt, human ancestors evolved after generations into Neanderthals. This is a Neanderthal, and as you can see, they have a larger build compared to the Homo sapiens back in Africa. Homo sapiens at the time had to become faster and smarter on how they hunt, because everything was faster and smaller. This led to a more slim build and allowed human ancestors to lose their hair and gain the ability to sweat, so they can run longer to catch their food. Animals at the time would need to stop and pant to regain their stamina. Because there was less sun in the north, skin color had to be lighter in order for most Neanderthals to obtain vitamin D from the sun. If their skin was too dark of a pigment, they wouldn't obtain that rich vitamin that prevent heart disease and cancer. Those who stayed in Africa kept their dark skin tone because it was a barrier to prevent the UV rays from the sun hitting them. After a few more generations separating Neanderthals from Homo sapiens, it was time for them to go to war. Looking at the builds, Neanderthals had bigger brains, muscles, and endurance. Homo sapiens were still scrawny, smaller brains, but faster and had larger numbers. So, who's going to win? Vote now! The Homo sapiens won, but how? Well, Neanderthals were quite big, so they needed to eat big, and to maintain that body, they needed a large amount of calories. All in all, they were dying from exhaustion. Another thing was how Neanderthals would fight. They would go head-on with a spear to hunt in small groups, taking big hits from mammoths and rhinos at the time. They were masters at the time at close-hand combat. Homo sapiens at the time went for a more range attack, using a ladle to throw their spears twice as far as they normally can. This allowed Homo sapiens to do some damage to Neanderthals before they can reach them. Most Neanderthals were pretty introverted and kept in small groups, while Homo sapiens were more grouped together in greater numbers. So, Neanderthals lost, and most people say they went extinct. Well, some of them weren't as hostile and interbred with some Homo sapiens, which is why today there are a bit of Neanderthal genes in people around the world. People with the gene might have heads that are flatter on top and more elongated, like what Neanderthals had. But, yeah.